by the concession stand outside the entrance of Harrington Field for refreshments. Grab a Gatorade, water, or a light snack. Thanks to our new dining partners, Chartwell, being here to support all the fans at Western Washington Athletics. The NCAA, Western Washington Athletics, and the Great Northwest Athletic Conference encourages good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, or coaches will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Good evening, fans, and welcome to Robert S. Harrington Field on the campus of Western Washington University for tonight's Great Northwest Athletic Conference match featuring your Western Washington Vikings and the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Prior to the start of tonight's 90-minute match, we will introduce the starting 11 for both teams. First, for the visiting Yellow Jackets of Montana State. This starting 11 is announced by head coach Aaron Champenoy and assistant coaches Paul Cuevas, Milo Downey, and Pasco Pissarek. Number 1, Jeremy Campagnolo. Number 2, Kolja Tompis. Number 5, Guillermo Gonzalez. Number 7, Callum Bryan. Number 8, Bjarna Venkinhar. Number 9, Ty Volan. Number 10, Valdemar Hope. Number 19, Camden Beck. Number 28, George Jones. Number 30, Roddy Lewis. And number 33, Sam Kemmer. Fans, your Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. And now for the host Vikings of Western Washington, as announced by head coach Greg Brisbane. His assistant coaches are Chuck Pitts, Matt Zagulis, and Kyle Langowski. First for your Vikings at goalkeeper, a senior from Federal Way, number 0, Brandon Locke. In the midfield, a junior from Bothell, number 2, Lucas Hakamada. In the midfield, a sophomore out of Auburn, number 5, Ryan Roeder. At forward, a sophomore from Sweden, number 7, Albin Janssen. At forward, a junior from Sunnyside, number 9, Diego Alvarado. At forward, a junior from Auburn, number 10, Andrew Roeder. In the midfield, a freshman from Mount Vernon, number 13, Edgar Serrano. In the midfield, a senior from Shiga, Japan, number 14, Kyoda Hiate. At center back, a senior co-captain out of Buckley, number 17, Mitchell Hutter. At defender, a freshman from Bergamo, Italy, number 18, Sebastiano Silvetti. And at defender, a freshman out of Seattle, number 19, Krubel Tesfaye. Fans, your Western Washington Vikings. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather tonight on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and the Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. And now, fans, would you please rise if able and turn your attention to the flag to the right of the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to Harrington Field, where the Western Washington University Vikings men's soccer team returns after a road trip. They come back home to Bellingham, trying to really put this season back on track. Right now sitting at 1-3-1 in GNAC play, just 4 points for them in the GNAC table. Third to the bottom right now in the table, but they're coming into a 3-game road trip right now, a 3-game homestand where they hope to turn that around. And it starts off against these Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets, coming into this match at 1-4-0 right now at the foot of the GNAC table. They've lost 3 games on the bounce, and this is a game for both of these teams where they want to recapture some momentum, get that season back going the direction they'd like it to. And this is a Western Washington team that came into the season with a lot of hype, ranked joint top of the GNAC table, but they ran into a tough result to start the season against St. Martin's here at home. A 1-0 defeat, got things back together. Last time we saw them at Harrington Field, it was a good 2-0 rivalry match win against Seattle Pacific University, but since then, they went on the road and they suffered 3-1 defeat at the hand of current GNAC leaders Simon Fraser in a 2-1 defeat against Western Oregon, who's second in the GNAC right now, and a frustrating road trip. And the fact that both of those games are ones they felt they could have done better in. That Western Oregon game, they went down 2 going into halftime, got one back in the second half, but couldn't put the second opportunity in the back of the net to come all the way back from that 2-0 deficit. And then 3-1 against a very quality Simon Fraser squad, a game that really did get away from them, going down 3-0 in that game before a goal from Sebastiano Silvetti brought one back. His first goal of his collegiate career. Congratulations to Sebastiano, the redshirt freshman defender. Right now, coming to this game, the story for the Vikings is the finishing. They are top of the GNAC in shots per game at 15.45, but they are 6th in the conference at just 1.18 goals per game. And if you want to get that goal-scoring record back in the right direction, this is the team to do it against in the GNAC. Currently bottom of the GNAC in goals against average, conceding over 2 goals per game. They've conceded 10 over their last 3 games. This is an MSUB team that in GNAC play has conceded a goal just about every 2 shots on goal they've given up. So if the Vikings can keep that good shot tally, it should end up reflecting on the scoreboard tonight. This is a must-win for the Vikings if they're going to get this regular season back the direction they want it to go. Vikings in the white going left to right on your screen. MSUB in the dark blue going right to left. And immediately Western break down the wing outside of the boot pass is knocked away. That came from Albin Janssen, still the Vikings' leading scorer, though he's found a cold streak, hasn't scored in 5 games yet to put one in the back of the net in GNAC play. Similar story on the MSUB side. Ty Volland, their leading scorer for this season, he's got 5, has not scored in GNAC play. It hasn't been for not trying for Albin Janssen. He's had 18 shots in GNAC play, 4 of those on goal. Yet to find the back of the net, though. Hopefully he can break out of that slump tonight in front of the home crowd. Sends in a low in-swinging corner. Sent out for another corner kick. Albin Janssen was trying to pounce on that one, but in there to make the clearance was Callum Bryan. Bryan wearing the captain's armband for the Yellow Jackets tonight, the senior out of Grimsby, England. So we'll do the corner kick again on the far side, this time lofted in and headed back to the other side. It'll be another corner kick. So Vikings picking up 3 corner kicks in the first 2 minutes of this match. Good start. Hopefully a sign of things to come for the host. Edgar Serrano tracks short. Diego Alvarado sends the corner in, headed away. Top of the box. Alvarado spent a lot of the time as more of a squad rotation player behind Andrew Roeder and Albin Janssen, but he gets the start tonight. That front line, Diego Alvarado, Quao Serrano, and Albin Janssen. Andrew Roeder flicks that one back. Andrew Roeder and Albin Janssen have been the 2 most effective scorers for the Vikings this season so far. Ryan Roeder on the ball now. Scored a penalty last time here at Harrington Field against SPU to lock things up. Also scored against Western Oregon on the road in that 2-1 loss. So both the Roeder brothers continuing to be effective as they were last season. 2 all GNAC selections. The captain, Mitchell Hutter, hucks it in. It's headed back. MSUB looks to build from the back here. Through Guillermo Gonzalez, sends it long, tracking after it. Sam Kemmer, the freshman out of Littleton, Colorado. Fighting for it against Silvetti. It'll go out of bounds. Vikings throw. Silvetti and Krubel Tesfaye, a couple of redshirt freshman defenders who've made a really good impact on this Vikings team that has been really solid in the back stingy defensively. Second in the GNAC, just conceding 1 goal per game. They've got 4 shutouts on the season. Here Alvarado plays it far side for Albin Janssen. He collects, looks at his options. Sprinting ahead is Kyoto Hiate. Ball doesn't come to him though. Janssen cuts it inside. Back to Lucas Hakamata. Near side, Mitchell Hutter. Tried to cut it back to make some space. It's taken off him. It'll be a MSUB throw-in. Yellow Jackets started the season with a loss against Western Oregon, picked up their win against St. Martin's in the following game, but have been on a 3-game skid since then where it just haven't been working out for them, conceding those 10 goals. Not putting up too much on the offensive end either. This is a team that lost 2 of their most quality players to all GNAC players at the end of last season, and a little bit of a rebuild. Western Washington, on the other hand, a team that, in theory, would be coming into their prime right about now with some players like Albin Janssen coming off of a GNAC Freshman of the Year campaign. Senior presence like Mitchell Hutter, Brandon Locke, and transfers like Quao Serrano, but just hasn't fallen the Vikings' way. They've had some 1-goal deficit losses not go their way this season. And when you play such a compressed conference schedule, and with no tournament either, there really is no room for error. For GNAC teams, it is regular season title or bust. Hakamata leaping up, makes contact with it. Ball will fall to him now. Good little cutback to make space and send it ahead. Alvarado's under it, but it gets over his head. First 5 minutes, yet to see a shot put up on the board from either team. Majority of the possession, though, has been with the white jerseys with Western Washington. That one's over the top, racing over to clear it is Camden Beck. Beck scored last time out against Seattle Pacific in a highly contested game that saw 10 yellow cards, which MSUB held a 1-0 lead and conceded 3. Fell 3-1. That was at home against the Falcons. Yellow Jackets, a team that gets in their fair share of trouble with the referee. Tied for second in the GNAC in total fouls, second in yellow cards. Silvetti's clearance is blocked away. Ryan Roeder there to clean it up. Just barely gets it to Mitchell Hutter. Takes a heavy touch. It will be a Yellow Jackets throw. Head referee for tonight's Michael Blondine. While Serrano cuts it inside. Around a few blue shirts. Outside of the boot pass to Alvarado. It does get to him in the end. He'll get a throw-in for his efforts. Thrown in back to Alvarado. Now with Ryan Roeder. All the way back to Silvetti. Vikings will cycle it back around. Janssen slotting into more of a winger role today. Usually see him at the top of the formation. Those central strikers right now are Quao Serrano and Diego Alvarado. So Greg Brisbane, a little bit of a different look on the top line right now. Janssen cuts inside. Ball into the middle, headed away. Series between these two teams goes back to 1998. Vikings lead it 23-11-3. currently have a 7-game unbeaten streak versus the Yellow Jackets, going back to 2018. Last year between these two squads, Vikings picked up a 2-0 road victory in Billings and a 3-0 win at Harrington Field. That was senior night. For the Vikings coming into this 3-game homestand, you got to say it's 3 must-win games. Sitting at just 4 points on the season, they need to get those points in a hurry. A couple of tough games coming up against Northwest Nazarene and Western Oregon, but if they can get results in those, send them in the right direction. That pass inside was intended for Serrano, but got behind him. Cross Serrano, a player who's got just a goal and an assist on the season, but a lot of intangible effect on the run of play. He's got the ball on a string. He's so effective at creating chances, playmaking. Dead ball specialist as well. The Division I transfer from NIU. He's on the ball now. Cuts it inside to Alvarado. Passes it in. Andrew Roeder in space. Fakes the shot. Alvarado blocked away. There just in time was Kolya Thomas. Excuse me, the block was Guillermo Gonzalez. And that might have been the only thing that prevented Roeder from opening the scoring there. Johnson cuts it in, makes some space, corner of the box. His pass is blocked away. Ryan Roeder collects. Good start from the Vikings, applying the pressure. That Alvarado block shot will be the first of the night. So light drizzle starts to fall here in Bellingham. We've been spoiled so far this season with matches starting at sunset, watching the orange colors over the hills, but no longer. It'll be getting cold and wet and dark as well. Pass ahead is cleared on a slide by Tesfaye. MSUB looking to put their first shot on the board. First real attack of the game is yet to come for them. They've got a throw here about halfway to the Vikings' goal. Yellow Jackets been finding their goals from a variety of places since Ty Vollen hasn't been able to put any of the back of the net in GNAC play. It's been a revolving door of scores. Just one player on the team with more than one goal besides Volland is Marc-Paul Renault. He does not start this match. When you look at offensive effectiveness, you look more at the distributors on this MSUB team. They've got a couple of players in Callum Bryan and Bjarne Fedkenhauer, who've combined for 7 assists. Both of those two players starting tonight. Something you're used to seeing from this MSUB program is a lot of international talent. 7 international players in the starting 11 for the Yellow Jackets tonight. 11 total on the roster. Roeder, near side. Ryan and Andrew Roeder with some interplay. And all the way back, the last man, Sebastiano Silvetti. Hutter takes it across midfield himself. Sees a little space to run into and now lays it off to Alvarado. Ahead to Hutter, who's in an advanced position here, has a shot outside of the boot. Didn't catch it right. Mitchell Hutter playing a fullback position as per usual. That time got into the attack. Not a player who's afraid to have a crack at goal. We've seen him this season take shots from as far as midfield. He had a shot from midfield, almost went in a match earlier this season. went off the post. That was early in the season against St. Martin's. Sam Kemmer has it taken off him. Yate gets the loose ball. Ahead to Serrano. Quao to Alvarado. Muscled off the ball in her midfield by Kolya Thomas. Offside flag is up there against Sam Kemmer, but play continues as the Vikings maintain possession. Now the whistle does go from Michael Blondine. Last 3 games these Yellow Jackets have played, their opponents have scored on the majority of their shots on goal. Vikings yet to get one in this match, but they've been threatening. There's a tug there from Guillermo Gonzalez is whistled. Sometimes that's all you can do when you have a player like Alvin Janssen, so speedy, so crafty on the ball. Interested to see how this new winger role works out for the Swedish sophomore. Early effective, it has certainly been getting him more touches on the ball. Quao Serrano stands over this free kick. Just one player wall for Billings. White shirts in the box. Swinging in towards the goal. Headed away by the first defender it got to. Hakamada. Pressing ahead, sending it into the middle. Another cross that's sent away. Service has been there, just hasn't found a white shirt yet. 15 minutes gone in this match. Vikings 2 shots, Yellow Jackets yet to put any sort of attack together. That's a nice move near the midfield by Roeder, up and over the defender. Now tries to spring Alvarado ahead. Alvarado can't get past the tackle of Kolya Thomas. Thomas, the sophomore defender out of Butningen, Germany. Sure, I will be struggling all match trying to pronounce the hometowns of a lot of the international players on this MSU B squad, so I do apologize. Thomas boots it way long. Perhaps a try at goal there from beyond midfield. Brandon Locke was not caught off guard, though. He collects. First action he's had tonight. Andrew Roeder switches play all the way to Krubel Tesfaye. Doesn't catch that pass cleanly, but it does get to the intended target in Ryan Roeder eventually. Roeder's pass, however, is too heavy. MSUB pick it off. Silvetti cleans up. Silvetti in a battle on the far side. MSUB comes out with it, driving towards the end line. They're going to get a cross in, headed away by Hakamada. Top of the box now with Kemmer. Voked. Folks, half shot, half cross, blocked and collected. Valdemar Vogt, the junior midfielder out of Silkeborg, Denmark. And Locke will slow things up here. Brandon Locke, one of the best distributing goalkeepers you're going to find anywhere. He's got a rocket of a left foot, a strong arm as well. Sends this one almost to the edge of the MSUB box. Locke picked up an assist here last season. That was on a throw from his own box to just about midfield. Down the foot of Alvin Janssen, who did the rest. Vikings would love to get Janssen going here in GNAC play. It's perhaps been the missing piece for this Western squad. Pass was near side, trying to get to Camden Beck, but in there to intercept was Andrew Roeder. Roeder brings it ahead. Over to Alvarado. Ryan Roeder with it. Janssen on the ball, see what he can do with it. Drives towards the end line, now cuts it back. Hutter's got space to move ahead. Calls for help from Klaus Serrano, and he gets it. Little collision on the near side, no whistle. Yellow Jackets throw on the near touchline. Now 20 minutes gone. Best opportunity of the match, you got to say, was still that first time shot by Diego Alvarado that was blocked by Guillermo Gonzalez. Since then, nothing clear-cut on either side. Last time here, Harrington Vikings got an early opener from an own goal against Seattle Pacific. A goal that was made by the play of Andrew Roeder went down as an own goal, though. So the Vikings, you got your two highest scorers on the left and right wing in Janssen and Roeder right now. Janssen cuts inside and lays it back to Hiate. Lifts it into the box right at the goalkeeper, Campagnolo. That'll be his first save of the match. Not too difficult for the senior out of Copenhagen, Denmark. Campagnolo has started 11 games, all 11 games for the Yellow Jackets this year. In his second year as their starter. This one's lifted ahead. And MSUB has a chance to move into the box, headed back by Hakamada. And that cross is going to be easily picked up by Brandon Locke, deflected off of Krubel Tesfaye. Locke distributes quickly out to Andrew Roeder. See if the Vikings can do anything in transition as they cross midfield. Roeder cuts it inside, outside of the boot pass, gets to Alvarado. He'll slow things up. Hakamada back to Hutter. Hakamada, long pass over the top. Doesn't get to Janssen, but does fall back to Ryan Roeder. Alvarado gets ahead to it. That's right there. Andrew Roeder with a half volley that did not have a lot of venom on it. It goes wide right. Campagnolo will play it out quickly. Around the GNAC today, Simon Fraser showing why they are top of the GNAC with a 7-1 battering of St. Martin's. And Western Oregon picking up a gritty 1-0 victory at home against Northwest Nazarene. So that solidifies those two teams as head and shoulders above the rest of the GNAC, tied at 16 points on top of the table. Third place is SPU at 7 points. So the GNAC quickly becoming a bit of a two-horse race right now. Simon Fraser and Western Oregon, two teams the Vikings had to play on just the toughest road trip they could have gotten this season. Hutter driving ahead with it. Hutter Hiate's making the run. Ball over the top's picked up by Campagnolo. Campagnolo, not the tallest goalkeeper you're going to see, just 6 feet tall. Looking for a bit of a confidence booster after the Yellow Jackets have conceded 10 over their last 3. Janssen working into the box here. He's going to have a shot. Saved by Campagnolo. Rebound. Alvarado couldn't get a shot off. One fell to Diego Alvarado. Just didn't seem completely ready for it, and it trickled beyond him. Alvarado still looking for his first point of the season. He's been played in that squad rotation role as a striker. Yet to score or assist. Serrano. That through ball was intended for Kyoto Hiate, but he never made the run. Apologizes to Serrano for the miscommunication. Well, it was a tough road trip for the Vikings on the field, but in the classroom, they've shown their might once again as they had 11 players selected to the GNAC All-Academic team. Second season in a row, continuing a great track record of classroom excellence for this program. Mitchell Hutter and Brandon Locke, a couple of those players coming 4-time selections. Under 20 minutes remaining in the half. 3 shots for the Vikings. One of them on target. It was saved by Campagnolo. MSUB still really haven't had any possession in the attacking third. Spare from a few touches here and there. Vikings have done a good job of controlling the match. They just need to turn it into opportunities. This one over the head for Kemmer to run onto, but Silvetti's going to get there first and win the duel. Silvetti gets it to Serrano near midfield, laid off for Hutter. Hiate's calling for it. Touch was heavy from Hutter. He's frustrated with that one. Gives it away. Folked on the ball. Back to Gonzalez. Under pressure from Serrano. A little bit less of an intense press than we're used to seeing from Great Brisbane's Vikings here at home. As that ball's played through and Locke has to spring on it. Great reaction. Was threatening to put it away was Callum Bryan. I won't go down as a save, but it is as good as one for the senior Locke. He's putting together a historically good career between the sticks for the Vikings. Currently leads all goalkeepers in program history in goals against average, as well as save percentage. And he's top 3 all-time in shutouts. He's got 15 in his career. Perhaps is going to be able to reach that 18 mark this season. We're going to see our first substitution of the match. Kyoto Hiate gives way to Caden Wall. Wall, the junior midfielder out of Everett, Washington. He's appeared in all 11 matches this year. He's made some starts, but started on the bench tonight. He's got 6 shots on the season. Yet to put one on goal, but he does have a powerful shot. Fedkenhauer moves ahead with it. Can't do anything with it, though. Nobody was in that near corner to receive the pass, and Andrew Roeder collects it. Hutter wants the foul, won't be called. Early cross sent in, top of the box. Silvetti clears it away. Good reaction from the center back. Albin Janssen looks to start a counter, but now he'll slow things up. Vikings committed to building from the back so far in this game. Hakamata moves ahead, one of the unsung heroes of this team. Gets it ahead. Caden Wall's first touch is a good one to Alvarado. And now on the far end with Janssen. 2 defenders in front of him. Step over, cuts it back, makes space into the box. Serrano back to Janssen. Tried to get it all the way back to Serrano. They wanted a handball as well. They won't get it. That's great interplay from Klaus Serrano and Albin Janssen. 2 dynamic players showing off their ability in one-on-ones. Tesfaye gets a ball into the middle. Serrano near side, Andrew Roeder. Top of the box now with Hakamada. MSUB's compressed all the way back. Most of the players in the box right now. Caden Wall, 1 defender in front of him. Now back to Hutter. Vikings have forced MSUB in a very low block right now. A lot of pressure. Grubel Tesfaye puts on some moves, gets it in. Alvarado tried to get it to Serrano. Thought about a shot himself, but didn't take it. Little dummy there from Gonzalez, makes some space. Head to Fedkenhauer. His pass doesn't find anyone. Roeder, tough first touch there, loses it. Camden Beck on the ball. Out of bounds, MSUB throw. We're going to see some more substitutions here. First of the night for the visitors, it'll be a double sub. Ryushiro Morita coming into the game. Slotting in up top, substitutes Jackson Hanley. Hanley, the freshman forward out of Heber City, Utah. Jackson Hanley, a part of a pair of brothers on this team. And immediately the pass comes towards him, but Brennan Locke comes out and sweeps it away. Jackson Hanley, Heber City, Utah, Wasatch High School, one of 4 graduates of Wasatch High School on this MSUB team. His brother Ryan Hanley among them. Tesfaye clears that one away. Ryushiro Morita, senior forward out of Kyoto, Japan. Hutter goes down in the midfield. Advantage is played. And now MSB takes it back. Camden Beck moving ahead. Hakamada in front of him, cuts it towards the middle. Pass is deflected by Serrano. Yellow Jackets maintain possession, though. A long shot's not going to trouble Locke. It's wide left. That'll be the first shot of the match for the Yellow Jackets, and based on how the Vikings have been controlling this match, that might be the distance they're going to have to shoot from. We're going to see some changes up front for the Vikings here as Eric Bunnell replaces Diego Alvarado, and Klaus Serrano makes way for Aiden Fernandez. Fernandez, another first-year player, transfer from Bellingham Whatcom Community College. Fernandez has been an effective distributor and facilitator this year. He's picked up an assist already this season at Harrington. Earned himself a couple of starts. Fedkenhauer under pressure, lays it off. Morita. Roeder playing all the way back in a center back role right now, cleared that one away. Now Andrew Roeder under pressure from Hanley, cuts it towards the touchline and clears it away. Fedkenhauer, quick pass ahead. Morita. The pass from Morita was beyond Camden Beck. A giveaway. Vikings take the possession back. 12 minutes and change remaining on the clock. Neither goalkeepers have been too troubled. Locke had to make a couple of sweeper actions and collect a through ball. MSUB forge ahead here through Callum Bryan. The shot from Morita is blocked. Looks like Sebastiano Silvetti got in the way of that one. Gonzalez, the slide tackle on that pass, goes out for a Vikings throw. So MSUB, a team that's conceding about 12 shots against them per game. With just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half, Vikings only have 3, so it's been a solid, compact performance so far from Aaron Champenoy's Yellow Jackets. Champenoy's second season at the helm of MSUB. It was a small squad they had last year, certainly a rebuild they're in the midst of. Fernandez on the far end, his first touches in the attacking third. Top 3 right now, Janssen on the left, Bunnell in the middle, and Roeder on the right. Bunnell, a good, large physical presence, a target man, can create his own chances. Bunnell scored a brace in preseason here against University of Puget Sound. He's yet to get on the score sheet in regular season play, though. His 10th appearance of the season, 11th appearance of the season. Ball over the top's not going to get past the head of Tesfaye. MSUB collects, and now Roeder takes it off him. Roeder forging ahead, interplay with Bunnell. Switches play, Caden Walls chasing after this one. He's just going to get outpaced there by Jackson Hanley, who goes down in a heap after a little collision with Wall. He's no worse for wear, right back up to his feet. Show the high work rate there, tracking back to get to that. Earns the free kick. Seemed like Caden Wall did not expect Hanley to be sprinting in from behind him there. Long diagonal ball towards the middle. That header is missed, but it will fall in the end to Callum Bryan. Bryan, the captain, working against Tesfaye. Janssen's there in support. It'll be a throw-in for MSUB right near the corner flag. Throw-in's going to be headed away by Tesfaye. Back to Gonzalez. Long ball over the top. Hanley was threatening, but Roeder did his job well. Shot on the volley is not well struck. And easily collected by Locke. That came from Fedkenhauer, I believe. Fedkenhauer, 4 assists on the season. Still looking for his first goal, though. Playing mostly a facilitator role this season. Callum Bryan, the only returning all GNAC selection, has been the man up front in GNAC play. Second of the team with 5 points on 3 assists and a goal. Locke corrals it, controls it in his own area, directing traffic. Looking to distribute it long, no doubt. Puts his left boot through this one. All the way ahead to the head of Fernandez. Flicks it on, but Bunnell wasn't there. Clearance falls to Fernandez, has a shot, and it forces a save out of Campagnolo. Diving to his left on a little bit of an awkward in-between hop, but makes the save. Keeps it at 0-0. Fernandez off the bench picks up a shot on goal there. Second of the night for the Vikings. Prep didn't hit it with as much power as he intended, but still got it on target. It was all Vikings early in this match, but Billings has gotten a couple opportunities here in the last 10-15 minutes. They'll have another substitution here. Benjamin Banks, sophomore forward out of Hackney, England. So the Londoner sees his first minutes of the match. come to MSUB by way of Northwest University. Pass ahead to Roeder. Tries to find Fernandez. Well-weighted ball into the middle, cleared away. And kept in bounds as well. Making the clearance was Kolya Thomas, who's been solid though so far tonight. This whole MSUB back line has really stood up well. Have only allowed 4 shots so far. Campagnolo's only had to make 1 save, which was any trouble to him. Vikings are going to have a free kick in a position here. You're going to be able to put it into the box off the foot of Ryan Roeder. Some targets in the box. Sebastiano Silvetti, tallest player out there. Good ball into the middle, headed up in the air. Tesfaye gets ahead to it. Far post now. And a whistle in there for some shoving. Looks like it was on Sebastiano Silvetti. It will be a free kick in the box now for MSUB. It's good delivery from Ryan Roeder. But once again, the Yellow Jackets able to get to the ball first in the air. Vikings haven't had a lot of aerial success so far tonight. Vikings goal against Western Oregon came off of a corner. Scramble in the box with Ryan Roeder slotting it away. A goal against Simon Frazier, a shot from Klaus Serrano. Taking a deflection off the goalkeeper, and Sebastiano Silvetti firing it in, his first collegiate goal. Under 5 remaining in the first period of play. Not too eventful, just 6 total shots in this match. Just a handful of saves. Goalkeepers only really calling to action on a couple of occasions. Both teams feeling out the match still. Going to see a couple changes here for the hosts. Elliot Rains, experienced fullback's going to come into the match. Jacob Sundberg as well comes back in. Alvin Janssen will come out. Looks like Andrew Roeder is the other substitute. So it looks like it'll be just a winger switch with Rains on the near wing and Sundberg on the far wing. 2 strikers right now are Bunnell and Fernandez. Hutter threw ball ahead to Caden Wall. Wall with his back to goal, switches it across to Sundberg. Good first touch from Jacob Sundberg. Sundberg saw red last time at Harrington Field in the dying minutes against Seattle Pacific. Ended up not affecting the scoreline, though. Vikings were able to keep that shutout. 4th shutout of the season for him. Rains drives towards the end line. Now cuts it back. Can't get around the defender there. It was Morita. Clash of the feet there near midfield will draw the referee's ire. Free kick, Yellow Jackets. Looks like Fedkenhauer will be on set piece duty here. The visitors are going to send numbers near the box. Not much angle in this one. Straight on to goal for Fedkenhauer. Looks to shape one in near the middle of the box, locks under it, no trouble for him. That's what he excels at, controlling those balls in the air, high claims. He's done it well all year at Harrington Field. Bunnell tries to move ahead with it, showing off the strength to maintain possession and now earning a throw-in. That's a grown man run ahead by Bunnell, shouldering off the defender to maintain possession. Tesfaye with the long throw. In towards Bunnell, gets a touch to it, bouncing around to the box. Bunnell wants a handball, not going to get it. Just cleared up and away for a corner kick. No chances taken there by the Yellow Jackets back line. Caden Wall will trot to the far corner. Wall on set piece duty when Quail Serrano's on the bench. He'll hit an in-swinger here with his right foot. Lofted ball, far post. Hawkamana got a head to it, straight at Campagnolo. The senior falls on it. So in the last minute of the match, Vikings, good opportunity off a corner there. Hawkamana, ball just fell to him in the end. Not the tallest player out on the field, but got a shot off it there. Straight at Campagnolo. And Fernandez looks to spring a transition play here, but the pass is too far for Hutter. Back to Fernandez now. Rains. Pass it around Morita. Hutter under challenge there from Camden Beck. Can't keep the ball. Last 20 seconds here. Yellow Jackets trying to get a last opportunity. They're not going to get it. Ryan Roeder, ball over the top. Eric Bunnell's running onto it. 10 seconds on the clock here. He's going to have to do something quickly. Wall's in the middle. Gets it to him. Caden Wall on his left foot. Far side now. Having a crack, and it's over the top. Jacob Sundberg, the last player to have a shot in that first half. It ends 0-0. 5 shots for the Vikings, 3 for MSUB. No great chances either way for these teams. Locked up at 0-0. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes for the last 45 minutes of action. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back into Harrington Field. Last 45 minutes of action on the way here between the Western Washington Vikings and the Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets. Pretty uneventful first 45. Just about 8 shots in it between the two teams, with the Vikings having the advantage in the shot totals. Shots coming from Lucas Hakamada, Alvin Janssen, Diego Alvarado, Mitchell Hutter, Jacob Sundberg, and Aiden Fernandez. Shots on goal from Hakamada and Janssen, but the two best opportunities in that first half for the Vikings were a header opportunity at the end of the match from Lucas Hakamada off a corner kick, and a volley from just inside the box from Diego Alvarado that was blocked away by MSUB defender Guillermo Gonzalez. And on the other side, the Yellow Jackets have not gotten a lot going on the offensive end. Just 3 shots in it for them, only shot on goal, a long-distance effort from Fedkenhauer, which was no trouble to Vikings goalkeeper Brandon Locke. On the other side, Jeremy Campagnolo's been solid, making a few saves of his own. And right now, both these teams are just looking for a breakout. There wasn't a lot in it for the first 45. Vikings held the advantage to start the half off, controlling play almost entirely. They had 3 corners within the first 90 seconds of the match, but things evened out a little bit. MSUB started to get their own licks in, but really both of these coaches, and Aaron Champenoy and Greg Brisbane, I'm sure will not be completely pleased with what they saw. These are two teams that are near the bottom of the GNAC table right now, fighting for position. MSUB at the foot of the table at 3 points. Vikings just one above them with 4 points, but this 3-game homestand crucial to where they will fall in the final standings of the GNAC. When you look around the GNAC right now, these two teams really establishing themselves, and Simon Fraser and Western Oregon both picking up wins tonight, with Simon Fraser picking up a game between those two squads on Thursday. And right now, so to top the table with a game in hand. Vikings kick off, and the white jerseys now going from right to left on your screen. Dark blue is MSUB going left to right. Vikings will start off with a similar lineup they ended the second half with. Caden Wall and Aaron Bunnell, 2 substitutes back on there. Bunnell has it in the box immediately, bouncing around in there and collected by Campagnolo. Near side winger will be Sundberg, and the 2 strikers are Bunnell and Fernandez, so no change up top for the Vikings. In fact, I believe they have trotted out the exact same 11. Similar story on the MSUB squad. A couple of substitutes up top right now in Jackson Hanley and Benjamin Banks. This pass intended for Banks, taken away by Silvetti, now to Hakamada. Hakamada's put in yet another really nice shift. Played all 45 minutes of that first half. That turning gear of this Vikings formation, crucial for transition from defense to offense. the Vikings transition here, but the pass from Raines was booted away by the back line. The ball ahead is cut out by Hutter. Good pace on it, but Hutter was there at the right time to make the defensive stop. That pass is beyond Bunnell. He wanted a whistle for the shove in the back, but nothing doing. Head referee Michael Blondine. Vikings and Yellow Jackets, a couple teams on losing streaks, trying to change their fortune. Yellow Jackets have lost the last 3 on the bounce. Vikings their last 2. Of course, that was a road trip against the 2 top teams in the conference. 2 games that are really the toughest they're going to find on this conference slate. And they kept themselves in it in a couple of them. That ball heads just beyond Bunnell from Jacob Sundberg. A step off of being in one-on-one with Campagnolo. Banks controls it near midfield. Under pressure from Silvetti. Gets it all the way back to Gonzalez. Played a solid first half of defense. His pass over the top is going to get to Roddy Lewis. Lewis is going to earn a corner kick, it would seem. Yes, it will be. First corner kick of the half for the Yellow Jackets will come from the near side. Fenkenhauer over to take. Garnet Fenkenhauer, 4 assists already on the season. Sophomore midfield out of Ahrensburg, Germany. He's going to hit an outswinger here with the right foot. Yellow Jackets have been good in the air today so far. Low ball driven in and taking a deflection on a shot opportunity. Excuse me, that's going to be just a goal kick. Looks to have gotten past the foot of Hakamata, who was the first defender there, but MSUB not able to direct it on frame. Tesfaye controls it off the goal kick. Ahead to Bunnell. Ryan Roeder, Fetkenhauer racing to cut that one off, but Hakamata uses the body well, shields off Fetkenhauer to maintain possession. Going to the floor there is Callum Bryan, clutching his head, no whistle. Callum Bryan, who's been very effective this year in his senior season, was kept pretty quiet in that first half by the Vikings, a familiar story to star attacking players who have come into Harrington Field this season. Vikings' second best defensive squad in the GNAC as it stands, conceding just a goal per game. MSUB over 2 goals per game against them this year, but they've been very good tonight. Vikings, who averaged 15 shots a game, held to just 5 in the first half. That one's going to find Locke easily. Another high claim for the senior. Vikings all-time leader in save percentage and goals against average. Played behind GNAC Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Reston, last season. Just shows the real depth that goalkeeping room had. He's been excellent this year as full-time starter. Roeder feeds it through to Caden Wall. That's a great ball. Wall will cut it back to Sundberg. Hits an early cross on the deck. Trying to collect was Fernandez. Now Roeder gets to it. Ryan Roeder around 1. Elliott Raines at the edge of the box. He's going to send this one in on the deck. Cleared away. Top of the box now with Roeder. Sent back in. Campagnolo collects that one. Too close to the goalkeeper. And that will stop that promising Vikings attack. Without a shot on the board. It's been the story so far tonight. Build-up has been there, control has been there, but end product has not. Right now, the 4 strikers on the field for the Vikings. Just a couple points between them, no goals between them. This one finds Bunnell. Fernandez racing ahead to get to the box. Alongside Elliott Raines. Bunnell trying to make space. around one defender, can't get past the second defender, who was Roddy Lewis. Sends it out for a goal kick. Not a lot Bunnell could do there with 3 blue shirts in front of him. First 7 minutes, neither team fully establishing themselves yet in this second half. Yellow Jackets look for another long ball over the top to Bryan, but Tesfaye's there. That pass is picked off near midfield. Moving ahead here, Gonzalez. Ball through to Hanley. Hanley's in space, in the box, guarded by Silvetti. Far post, all the way across, nobody there. Elliot Raines collects and clears. Dangerous opportunity. Jackson Hanley lifted it over, an enticing ball. Nobody made the run to the far post, though, to clean it up. Only player over there was Benjamin Banks, who was slow to get into the attack. MSUB resets with a throw-in. Right off the throw-in, they can't get around Elliot Raines. Now they take it back with Banks. Morita inside. Strong tackle there from the co-captain Hutter. Gives the Vikings possession back. Cutting inside is Bunnell. Has it taken off him. Morita around one. And Bunnell goes down in a heap. Whistle blown by Blondine. Roeder takes it quickly, but back to Hakamata. Hakamata right now slotting into a center back role alongside Sebastiano Silvetti. So the Vikings right now, you've got Sebastiano Silvetti in there, standing at 6'5", alongside Hakamata at 5'9", an unorthodox center back pairing. Hakamata so versatile, playing the midfield, can shoot, can put balls in the back of the net, can distribute, and now showing off his hand at defense as well. Now that one is just cleared out for a corner kick. Last player back was Roddy Lewis. He couldn't do enough with it. Vikings will take the corner on the near side with Caden Wall. Brandon Locke directing the troops from back in his own defensive half. Co-captain, leader of this team. Wall looks to hit the in-swinger with the right foot. Low ball. Tesfaye got a foot to it, but it was blocked away. A sea of blue shirts ahead of him. Sundberg looks to keep it in the attacking zone, but there to clean up was Fedkenhauer. MSUB transition will not be successful. It'll be a throw in there on the missed pass. This is the last GNAC game taking place tonight after the Western Oregon and Simon Fraser victories. If the Vikings are going to keep pace with those two high-flying squads, they're going to have to get hot now. And it's got to start against MSUB, who currently sit at the bottom of the GNAC table. They need a goal in these next 35 minutes to be happy with the result. They were able to score twice last time at Harrington Field. Neither of them completely orthodox, though, with an own goal and a penalty kick. They certainly made their own opportunities in that match against a quality Seattle Pacific side that defeated MSUB last time they played. That was 3-1 in Billings. Fernandez cuts out the clearance, drives ahead himself, gets it to Raines. Raines lifts it into the middle, over the head of Wall. Cleared only as far as Roeder. Roeder into Wall. Bunnell turns, back to Roeder. Still with it in the box, forced out now. Raines drives it in, now cuts it back. That low block of the Yellow Jackets has been effective of keeping the Vikings out of the danger areas. Not giving up any easy opportunities, giving them space around the box near midfield, but nothing nearer. out of possession. Yellow Jackets are going with 5, even 6 in that back line. That one over the top to Bunnell. He's in space. The flag is up, though. Referee whistles play on. Will not force them to take the free kick off the offside, so Campagnolo will just roll it out. Marita passes it off here. Gonzalez hoofs it over the top. Silvetti gets ahead to it, and Tesfaye clears. Bunnell gets a lot behind that one. Chested up in the air by Bunnell. Far side for Banks. Awkward first touch. Can't keep it in bounds. And now a little scuffle will lead to a whistle. As Michael Blondin tries to calm these two teams down. MSUB, the team with the second most fouls against them in the GNAC. Referees let them play so far tonight, though. Not a whole lot of whistles in that first half. Free kick was taken short. Now Hakamada sends the cross to the edge of the box. Sundberg got ahead to it, but it'll just roll out for a goal kick. Just 4 fouls apiece for these two teams. No cards in that first half either. MSUB coming off a game against Seattle Pacific that had 10 total yellow cards brandished, as well as a red card. Last time here at Harrington, it was a chippy match that saw a good amount of cards and a red to Jacob Sundberg as well. Perhaps now getting a little more chippy as they're coming together between Eric Bunnell and Roddy Lewis. Leads to a free kick for the visitors. Brandon Locke urging the line higher, calling for a tougher press, try to take the ball off of this Yellow Jackets side and keep them compressed into their own half. That's how we're used to seeing the Vikings play here at home. Harrington Field, a fortress where they've had a lot of success, as Fernandez makes an interception there. Gets the pass back from Bunnell. A couple white shirts in the box. That pass isn't quite there. Now with Bunnell, right-footed shots right at Campagnolo. And that might just be the best chance we've seen tonight, as Bunnell had space to take that shot, turning and hitting it with his right foot right at the goalkeeper. Makes his 4th save of the match. Bunnell will be frustrated he didn't put that away from the goalkeeper. Bunnell, an experienced forward who's played a lot of a squad rotation role his time here at Western, hungry for his first goal this season. Marita is able to work around Fernandez very nicely. 3 white shirts around him. Now the Vikings do take it off him. They get it right back, though. Trying to transition, but the pass to Banks was right at Sebastiano Silvetti. "15 minutes gone in the second period of play. Best chance of the second half. Shot from Bunnell just a couple minutes ago. Crowd at Harrington urging on the home team. And that pass there is just misdirected out of bounds. Bunnell wanted it, but it came awkwardly off the laces of Mitchell Hutter. And outside of the boot pass, got too much on it. Easy pickings for Silvetti. Gets it back to Locke, who clears it. Bunnell wins it back in the midfield cleanly. Fernandez taken right back. Both teams just battling around midfield right now, not able to maintain possession in the attacking third, going either way at the moment. Still haven't seen the changes in this second half. We'll see if Aaron Champenoy or Greg Brisbane want to see something different in the next couple minutes. A lot of the starters of the match on the bench right now, including the leading scorers for both of these teams, in Ty Volland and Albin Janssen. Bunnell with it. Caden Wall. Roeder goes down, and he's going to get a free kick here. See if the Vikings can do something with this set-piece opportunity. Wasn't heavy contact from Fedkenhauer, but enough to send Roeder to the ground and draw the foul. Caden Wall will stand over this one. Jeremy Campagnolo saying they just need one player in the wall here. Players collecting at the far corner of the box, looking to make their runs in. Sent to the far post by Wall. That's going to get over everybody. It looks like a foul there on a shove, and the scrum is going to give a free kick instead of a goal kick for MSUB. Players getting warm right now for the Vikings. Kyoto Hiate, Diego Alvarado, as well as Quao Serrano, looking to return in the next few minutes, perhaps spark something. He's trying to get it done right now, though, on the attack with Bunnell. Bunnell gets around one, gets around two defenders to the top of the box, and cleared away as far as Silvetti. Tries to reset, does get it to Ryan Roeder. Roeder at the top of the box, has a look at goal, shot with the right foot, saved by Campagnolo. That's a good save there from Jeremy Campagnolo, sprawling out to his left on a dangerous shot from Ryan Roeder. Wanted to score in a second straight Harrington Field match. So Ty Voland, the leading scorer for the Yellow Jacks on the season, comes back in. 3 changes for the Vikings. Jar Tidblom sees his first minutes of the match. That's going to be Andrew Roeder and Albin Janssen coming back in. 2 leading scorers on this Vikings squad. Back on the pitch. Jar Tidblom immediately off the bench, gets a touch off the corner, but nothing doing. Back to Roeder. Andrew Roeder and Albin Janssen right now in more of a defensive role right off the bench as they try to get back into their positions. Janssen now does race ahead into that winger role, right behind Wall. Vikes will have a chance to reset here off the throw in. Andrew Roeder looks like he's going to slot back into the left side with Janssen on the right. Strikers right now in the middle is Caden Wall and Eric Bunnell. Tidblom, Andrew Roeder. First touch of the second half here. Lifts it into the middle. Akamada brings it down with the chest and shoots right at Campagnolo, who makes another save. That looked like more self-defense for Campagnolo. Saved it with the hand right in front of the face. And Vikings, a little bit of life in these last couple of minutes. Some good opportunities from Hakamada and Ryan Roeder. Campagnolo standing tall, though, keeping it at 0-0. Campagnolo, the transfer from Campbellsville, won an NCCAA championship with Campbellsville before making the jump up to MSUB. Vikings got 7 shots in the match. 5 of them have been put on target. Awkward header there. Bunnell goes to chase it. He will get there. Janssen in the middle. One defender to beat. Plays it right off the leg of Kolya Thomas. Thomas It's the last defender between Campagnolo and Albin Janssen. You don't want to give Janssen those one-on-one opportunities. He will slot those away more often than not, but Julia Thomas did his job well. Ty Vollen passes it back. Racing ahead here and not getting it there before. Kolya Thomas. There's Mitchell Hutter once again getting into the attack from his fullback role. Vladimir Folks comes back into the match, saw a good amount of minutes in that first half. Was a starter. He will replace Bjarne Fedkenhauer, the sophomore midfielder who's assisted more than any other player on this Yellow Jackets squad. He'll see the bench now. That one's lifted way over the top. Vollen's under it. And Vollen shoving the back of Silvetti, draws a whistle. And for these strikers on either side, Janssen and Vollen, you got to think they are so hungry to get their first goal in GNAC play after such good starts to their seasons. Each of them in their sophomore years. This one, beautiful pass ahead to Janssen, showing off the pace, driving towards the end line. Goes down, cuts it back to Bunnell, that's a shot and it's blocked. Bunnell, the two-touch shot, deflected off of George Jones. Once again, the MSUB defense comes in the nick of time to block a dangerous shot. It'll lead to a Vikings corner on the far side now. A lot of white shirts in the box. Only player all the way back right now is Andrew Roeder. Far post delivery. Hutter's there. He'll go after and track it. Outlet passes Lucas Hakamata as Hutter will let that one go all the way out for a throw. Hakamata will collect it. Thrown into Joar Tidblom. Tidblom's pass does get to Hutter eventually. Hutter tried to get around Gonzalez, but it's going to lead to a Yellow Jackets throw. Joar Tidblom, another Swede on this Vikings roster alongside Albin Janssen. Joar hailing from Norrköping, Sweden. Vikings get the throw there. We're going to see a couple more changes, and it will be Diego Alvarado, Kyoto Hiate, and Klaus Serrano checking in for Ryan Roeder, Aiden Fernandez, and Eric Bunnell. So another striker on the field in Diego Alvarado. Hiate, a couple assists on the season. Serrano, a goal and an assist on the year, as well as just being a dynamic part of that midfield and now part of the group of strikers as he's playing a more advanced role tonight. Silvetti picks that one up and forges ahead. His through ball is cut out. Serrano tries to get to it. And it will be a throw in for the Vikings. Alan Bryan wanted it for his side, but Michael Blondine saying no. Hakamata switches play all the way across to Janssen. Janssen space to run at the defense here. Quick pass to Hiate. Driving towards the end line now, lifting at far post. Over the reach of Campagnolo, bouncing around in there. Roeder tracks it down. Serrano, two defenders in front of him. Alvarado, look for space to shoot, can't get it. And the forward press from this Western Washington team continues. Last 20 minutes or so, it's been all Vikings. They've had their opportunities. Shot total now up to 8. 5 saves in the match so far for Campagnolo. He was almost caught out there. Ball sailed over his head. He was on the deck when Roeder tried to collect it, but he could not in time. That pass is picked off by Caden Wall. under 20 remaining. Both teams looking for the opener and perhaps the winner in a game that has been deadlocked defensive battle. Even so, you got to say, Vikings have had the lion's share of the good opportunities. That pass gets to Andrew Roeder, driving ahead. Alvarado in front of him, gets it to Quao Serrano. Gonzalez doing well there, and now looks to transition the ball ahead. Lifting it for Volin, but Silvetti clears. Heavy touch. Back to Serrano now with Alvarado. Andrew Roeder running ahead. Resets with Hakamada. Fakes the drop pass back and gets it to Roeder now. Vikings probing, looking for an opening. Now they will switch play to the opposite end of the field. Vikings able to maintain this high offensive line right now, force MSUB back. A lot of numbers towards goal right now for the visitors. Hiate drives ahead himself, around a few defenders. Andrew Roeder, Hakamada, space on the near side. Gets into the box. Got it taken off him there by Hanley. Clearance is only as far as Tidblom. Vikings definitely looking for a clear-cut opportunity. Not taking the long shots right now. Working it into the box. That one's all the way into the middle. Far post from Janssen. That almost snuck in from the end line. All the way on the other side now with Hakamada. He lifts it in with the right foot. Headed up in the air. Chance here on the header. Alvarado. Serrano over the top of the net. Another opportunity goes by the wayside. This time, Quao Serrano not able to hit frame. What a pickup Quao Serrano has been. The transfer portal from Northern Illinois University Division I program, a Mount Vernon native. And really effective here in blue and white, the Seattle Sounders Academy product. Just seems to make things happen when he's out there on the field. He's in the box right now as Andrew Roeder drives towards the end line, trying to keep it in bounds. He cannot. Goal kick MSUB. We're going to see some more substitutions for the visitors.
For the Yellow Jackets. Entering the game at number 8,
Yarna Fedkenhauer gets back into the match. Marita will go to the bench. Fedkenhauer not spending too much time on the bench tonight. Just getting a little bit of a rest in the middle of that second period of play. And on perhaps for the last 15 and 40 seconds of this game. Tidblom wins the header, but gets it only as far as Valdemar Vogt. Vogt goes down, calls for a foul, and does get it. So MSUB, set piece they can put into the box. This will be the first real opportunity they've had in the last 20 minutes or so. It's been all Western Washington. But Vogt doing well there to draw the foul. Yellow Jackets not sending too many players up ahead here. Aaron Champenoy perhaps sitting back and trying to hold on to this shutout. Sent in. Low ball, top of the box. Janssen is the player who clears it away, and he'll draw a foul as well on a collision of the feet there. Problem, a lot of the GNAC games we've seen for these Vikings is not able to get it to the feet of players like Janssen, who are so dynamic on the ball. And this winger role, he's definitely gotten more touches. Certainly an inverted winger is able to stray inside towards the middle of the field, take some shots. You saw earlier in the season, a lot of that offense was built off of a ball over the top to Janssen, who could show off the pace. But it wasn't effective in the conference slate thus far. So Greg Bisbin looking to make a change. Got 14 minutes to see if it'll pay off at home. Johnson on the ball here. Hutter with it. Nice little move to get around one defender. The captain tracking ahead. Serrano can't get a shot away in the end off the pass from Alvarado. Gonzalez, pass ahead. Beyond everybody, and taking a body check there was Hanley from Sebastiano Silvetti. No whistle. That looked like a hockey check right there, but right back up to his feet is Hanley. Silvetti, tallest player out there on the field, standing at 6'5". Certainly physically imposed himself on GNAC attackers this season, part of this second best in the conference defense. For as good as Brandon Locke has been, the defense in front of him has limited the opportunities Locke's had to face, especially here at Harrington. Going down there is Hiate. Play on, says the referee. Tidblom in the corner for Roeder. Trying to make space. Back to Tidblom. Pass ahead to Tidblom now in the corner. Walls the outlet, he gets it to him. Serrano towards the middle of the pitch. Looking to lift that one in, it was blocked away by Gonzalez. And now cleared. Hanley caught off guard there on the far side, wasn't expecting the ball, but now he does get it. We're gonna stop play here. It looks like Hanley's got a problem with a leg. He's going off to the sideline, laying down. He's going to receive treatment. Clock stopped at 12:02. Western Washington athletic training staff got to take a look at Jackson Hanley. And the stoppage, Brandon Locke commanding his players to bring into a huddle, talk things over here. We saw at halftime Brandon Locke talking to assistant coach Chuck Pitts about how he thought the Vikings Vikings front line could be improved in the second half. He's held up his end of the deal here. He's held a shutout with just 12 minutes remaining. Vikings are on pace for their 5th shutout of the season. Just need to get it done on the other end. Both teams will go to their benches here as Hanley receives treatment. Hanley is back up on his feet on the far side of the field, walking under his own power. A bit of a limp, but he will get to the sideline on his own. So Hanley will be replaced. Aaron Champion, the head coach, out there to talk with him as he exits the field. Sam Kemmer will come back into the match to replace Hanley. Kemmer started the match in that striker position, freshman out of Littleton, Colorado. Will come back in to finish this one out with just over 12 minutes on the clock. Vikings into double-digit shots. MSUB still at 4. Just one save needed out of Brandon Locke so far tonight. But Jeremy Campagnolo, player of the match so far from MSUB, has 5. A couple of impressive ones as well. This one ahead to Albin Janssen right off the restart. Into the middle, Alvarado's there, but it's cleared. Only as far as Janssen back in the corner. Far post, headed down and away. And then sent skyward under its Hiate. Show off his first touch here. It's a little heavy, taken away by MSUB. That'll lead to a Vikings corner off a miscontrol by George Jones. Klaus Serrano, an excellent dead ball specialist. Taker of these corner kicks back on the field now. He's got a in-swinger setting up here. Vikings sending a lot of players forward. Hakamata set up by the goalkeeper, everyone else far end of the box. They make their runs. It's going to go to the far post, over everybody and out of bounds. Hakamata gets it to Hutter. Back with midfield with Hakamata. Klaus Serrano, good touch to keep possession with the Vikings. Fedkenhauer, the press. That's a collision there between Mitchell Hutter and Valdemar Vogt. That had some power in it. It's going to be a yellow card for the co-captain Mitchell Hutter. You could hear that up here in the stands, coming together, the shin pads of Vogt and Hutter. First card of the match, handed out by Michael Blondine. And another set piece opportunity here from a long distance for the visiting Yellow Jackets. 10 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. Five blue shirts in the box here for MSUB. Lifted in towards Locke. He's going to leave it. It's going to go over the head of Silvetti and out for a goal kick. So a couple of set pieces on either side. Both of them hit too strongly. It's just been the delivery that hasn't quite been there for either of these teams. That one is going to be just beyond Janssen. Couple blue shirts ahead here, trying to start a counterattack. Tidblaw makes no mistake on the header. Caden Wall works across midfield. Klaus Serrano's got space to work. Gonzalez in front of him. Back to Serrano from Roeder. And that one is over everything from Janssen. Vikings, a team averaging 15 shots a game, just 10 right now. This is a team that they kept shutouts against in both of their meetings last season. And they're 8 minutes away from doing it again if they can shut up shop. But I won't mean much to Greg Brisbane's squad if they can't put one up on the board. They forge ahead here, try to get it to Alvarado. MSUB controls it again. The captain, Callum Bryan, passed a couple players, touched it past Tidblom. Now Hakamata in front of him. Callum Bryan can't get around Hakamata. Bryan's been kept very quiet tonight by this Vikings midfield and defense. Bryan, one of the more notable returners on this MSUB side. Certainly a focus defensively for the hosts. They've done their job so far. Johnson trying to turn on that one, but it was cut out. Under 8 to play. Gonzalez, the center back, getting all the way ahead here, and Sam Kemmer is caught offside. saw a last-minute winner recently at Harrington Field for the Western Washington women. See if the men can replicate that. And 7 minutes remaining. Janssen gets it past one, sliding tackle, and just kept out of bounds. Excuse me. Trickles out the end line, and it'll be another Vikings corner. Ryan Roeder coming back into the match.
Number 32, Taylor Moore. And for your Vikings,
Taylor Moore coming in for MSUB. Wow, Serrano, he's going to come out for Ryan Roeder. Roeder a couple goals already on the season. What a time it would be to get his third. Both of his goals, his last goal here at Harrington was the nail in the coffin of that SPU match, which right now stands as the Vikings' only win in conference play. Akamada near the top of the box, off the chest, lifts it ahead to Janssen at the top of the box. Defender takes a spill, shot by Janssen, didn't catch it cleanly over the crossbar. Just hasn't been Alvin Janssen's night. He hasn't been able to connect cleanly when in and around that attacking third. Gotta be frustrating for a player who's had so much success in this young Western Washington career. Leading the team in scoring last season, GNAC Freshman of the Year. Still time left in this one, though, to be the hero. Andrew Roeder in the corner. Try to work it ahead to Hiate. Pass got past him, though. That one took a deflection off the hand. Sam Kemmer, unfortunate there as Tidblom played it straight into the ground, up into the hand of Kemmer. The Vikings will have a free kick. Roeder stands over this one. Ryan Roeder curls it in, took a deflection. That's going to be a corner kick now on the far end. So the Vikings turn a free kick into a corner kick. See if they can rise above, pick up a goal. Scored a goal off a corner in a recent match against Simon Frazier. This one is bouncing around in the box. Tidblom's trying to get there, didn't get a shot away. It's going to be another corner kick, this time taken quickly by Tidblom, trying to catch MSU off guard. Alvarado into the middle. Headed away, Kemmer. It's taken off him, and now back with Andrew Roeder. Screaming for it is Caden Wall on the far end. The pass from Locke's going to get all the way to Janssen, though. Janssen gets around one defender, gets around two, and now loses it. Under 5 remaining in this one. Both teams looking for a hero. Vikings were on the wrong end of a last-minute winner in their loss against St. Martin's that opened up home GNAC play. That loss weighing big on their record right now. A game that they really did not deserve that result, and they controlled it throughout, but just the last opportunity following the way of the Saints, and they didn't make a mistake on it. What a defensive statement this has been from Aaron Champenoy's Yellow Jackets. After conceding 10 goals in 3 games, they've stood up very well here against the Vikings at Harrington. They're 3 minutes, 40 seconds away from holding a road shutout. Callum Bryant trying to move ahead here and having a crack at goal was Ty Volland. Blocked away, though. Springs out for the Vikings. Diego Alvarado works around one, through the legs of another. Ryan Roeder to Tidblom. Players in the box. Little miscommunication on that through ball. Tidblom on the deck into the box and now cleared away. Nobody was there to pick it up. Kemmer is up with Silvetti. Just 2 blue shirts up in the attack right now. Tidblom has it taken off him by Kemmer. Taken right back by Kyoto Hiate. Silvetti, Andrew Roeder. Drives inside himself. Goes down, no foul. Comes out for Caden Wall. Hutter, the co-captain. 2.5 minutes. See if we have a hero left in this one. Vikings throw. All the way in and picked up by Jeremy Campagnolo. Hadn't been called into action in a few minutes after a frantic couple of minutes making key saves. Around the 20-minute mark in the second half is when the Vikings had shot after shot after shot, but could not put any of them away. Campagnolo making a save on a Ryan Roeder shot from the outside of the box. Perhaps the most impressive of the night. Johnson does well to keep that in with the back heel, but to no avail. Now the Vikings cross midfield with the pass to Tidblom. Back to Ryan Roeder, excuse me, Andrew Roeder. Hiate had to Andrew Roeder. That's going to get beyond him out for a goal kick. Vikings have been trying to work down those wings all night, and it just has not been paying off so far. When you have your 2 leading scorers and Roeder and Janssen on the wing, certainly makes sense to try to get the ball to them, but that's not reflected on the score sheet. Minute and change left on the clock. Perhaps just 1 or 2 attacks left in this one. And MSUB is going to pick up a free kick here. I'm sure they'll be in no hurry to take it either. Guillermo Gonzalez stands over it, taking his time, trying to deny the Vikings any last-second opportunities of their own. Michael Blondin waving him ahead. Gonzalez lifts it all the way into the box. Tidblom wins the header. Swing and a miss there from Taylor Moore. The ball all the way over the top, easily collected by Brandon Locke. 30 seconds on the clock. He's going to distribute quickly. Last licks in here for the Vikings. Pass falls for MSUB. It's taken back by Western Washington now at midfield. 15 seconds on the clock. It's now or never for the hosts. Caden Wall puts it ahead. Finds Tidblom over the head of Alvarado. 10 seconds on the clock. Hutter trying to make space for a shot. It's blocked away by Gonzalez. He's going to kick it across midfield, and that will be how this match ends. A 0-0 draw. Vikings had the lion's share of the good opportunities. 11 shots, 5 of them on goal, but Jeremy Campagnolo, the senior goalkeeper out of Copenhagen, Denmark, stands tall, makes some key saves, and keeps it at 0-0. It will be a draw for the Vikings as they go to 1-3-2 in GNAC play. Montana State Billings to 1-4-1, their first draw in conference play. Both of these teams breaking losing streaks, but teams at the near the bottom of the GNAC table perhaps not happy with just the 1 point. Vikings start off the homestand with the goalless draw. They'll go on to face Northwest Nazarene on Saturday, and in a week they'll face Western Oregon. Those next 2 upcoming matches crucial for the Vikings. But tonight from Harrington Field, Western Washington 0, Montana State University Billings 0. I have been Adam Race here on Vikings TV. Thank you for tuning in. Good night, and as always, Sko Vikes.